Anyway, we're back. I have coffee. I need to change these over to medium purples. And then I think that's it. This build. So what I have? There was 8 there, wasn't there? 8. Well, there's 2 and 1 there. So that's fine. What I will do, get rid of that. And that. Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. Am I going to get that on the far side? That's a weird one, isn't it? Ain't it now? Suppose that works. I suppose. Not my. I wouldn't call that my finest move, but it's a functional move either way. There we go. It really should be the other way around. I suppose that one's kind of fed already. Yeah, well, hold off on that. Hold off on that. That. And that. And then that. And then that. And then be merry. Yeah, I think that other lane's got it covered. I think this one's got it covered. Because it can sort of... Both of these. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5... Got it covered. Yeah, that one's feeding, so that's fine. They can go also, because it's not red belt speed. There. Yeah. Yeah. Reduce it by 1. That. The all inventory again. Like how this one's sort of setting the pace of the rest. I suppose I could fix that by doing that. Now it's pulling from the other side, and this side will back up. Now it's actually drawing the... it's guaranteeing to draw from that. Did I do that one? No, I didn't. That one's going as well. Alright, so this one is now not doing anything. Copy all that, or cut all that, pop it over there. Get rid of that one. Probably get rid of that while we're at it. Then I can pick up all that, move it over to here. Like so. You. Right, what do you get for your money? Not much. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let me says 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Okay. So now I just need to figure out a way to push it over. Oh, nope, can't do that. Can't put a belt there. But I can... I can't. I just gotta get the solar fuel on the other side somehow. Conveniently. Conveniently on the other side. That's not really helping, is it? It's not accomplishing a hell of a lot. Yeah. It's also the pole spacing that I need eventually. So I might as well just put medium poles all the way through. So. Hopefully everything's powered. which is something you'd ideally want. Yeah, still haven't solved this one though, because you can see it's still a bit gappy. That can go. That might help. I reckon some kind of bizarro side loading do it. Not like that though. What I need is something to put onto the belt like that. And then I need to somehow get it to the other side. I could also use loaders, that works too. Loaders is also an option. Could go below that one. I think that might be the answer there. Do that. Potentially move that there. It's 3 tiles. Usually these things need like minimum 3 tiles to really function correctly. Why are beacon aligned though? Which is a problem. That's not a huge problem because it can just move over a tile and now it's not beacon aligned and it's happy. It's too bad I can't cram that. Oh, I can cram it there. That frees up space here, gets rid of that. So it's actually shrunk it down a little bit as well, which is good. Because excess length is bad. It's actually not that bad anymore. But excessively, the length of the build does have... I gotta say this carefully. The length of the build can have an effect on the performance, but it's not... It's a bit of a weird one. Actually, I think it's less of a problem now since 1.1. Out of the way. Oh, it had to be right there. Chopper's now got a oh no, I'll leave that one unique because I'm like that. Do you reckon anyone will notice if I do that? There we go. Make everything right with the world. There. Right, now I just need to pick up this and move it into place. That's probably about as close as it's going to get with that pole in the way. Be there. Try again. There. There and there. Cool. An inventory screen in the way. Faceless man, how you doing? Hi. Just right now we're just arguing with the last little shreds of the oil build. On the cusp of getting it right. And I think this right here is the last piece of the puzzle, and then that's it. I was thinking while I was getting coffee too, tomorrow, no stream is officially scheduled, but I might, if I get everything organised in time, I might give the bench cam a bit of a trial run. We'll do some things. Might even assemble that thingy that I said I was going to assemble. And just experiment with it. The only problem is I don't know where to go after. I don't know, I need some things to make. Things to do. These are my ideas. Things to do with... Oops. Now that I got it. Oh, the other thing I was going to do was potentially split this into more pipes. Potentially. I don't think that matters though. It's like these. Like these are all maxed out. These belts are all maxed out. Like I don't think I can squeeze any more out of here. In fact, I may even bin a few of these. Let's dump some of the lubricant too. There. There. How much does that produce? 21,000. I think that's pretty close to what's needed. Let's see. Error. Again. We need 65,000, so 3 of these pretty much does it. 21,000 is actually a little under, so I may need a second one. Unless I loop it all the way around. So like I do a bit of that. That makes sure... Make sure that goes past here. And then there. It also means... I can throw another... row of beacons down somewhere, hopefully, maybe, possibly, not likely. And really get this thing going. Yeah, it's still 21. Okay, so 21's your limit. That's all it can do. Just too bad this is in the way. I mean, I am more or less sucking these dry. Shuffle these over even further, really. I'd put that there. Get you. Oops. I didn't actually want to cut that, but I will. Put that there. Put that there. That's another T intersection like that. There. You don't need to go any further. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the water supply situation when it comes to it. Fine. And now it's really ramming the oil in there. Over one and remove one pipe. Yes it can. Can it? Problem is, I mean, I can move this as well, actually. It doesn't really save pipe. A pain that it's in the way. I could also run this down. How about I do that? Run that straight down. I did actually have this arrangement before. So run it down there. That. Yeah. Oh, it's that. That's the wrong one. God dang it. Now put heavy oil in light oil. We're winning today. There, there, and there. Gotta move these now. Oh, that's why. Now I remember why I didn't do it this way, because these would collide with the water pipe. Although I'm probably gonna just direct feed them. So I think this is gonna end up in a lake. If not, I'm in trouble. I'll be very much in trouble if I can't do that. I kind of like the idea of drink feeding them anyway from a lake. The FE stuff generally benefits greatly from it. Hey, Super Chip, how you doing? Hope your week's been well. Mine's been interesting. Made it to the weekend. Go there. Goes there. That one. Mirror that one. So it's sort of try not to look at it too hard, and it's fine. Yeah, about that. Yeah, I did need 3. Oh dear. Oops. Did it again. Yeah. Speaking of did it again. Shouldn't you be outputting? Most 0. That one's outputting. I miss... Ah, that's what I'm missing. Had to be something obvious. It doesn't matter. Beacons are free because it's solar powered. So and it also works out that this is the same as me putting it over, like over here, and not batting them up against each other. It's the same number of beacons either way. You wind, did wind. Good for you. You're maxed. You did a win. It's a little closer. Back, do that. Connect? Yeah, it connects. Just got to squeeze through all that and have this on the far side. Main thing is these are still going the way they should be. They are. Output full of light oil, which is good. Oil output is overwhelmed. What was our lubricant at this time? 43k, perfect. Dear. I mean, I'm probably going to end up piping the lubricant off airway, which isn't great. But at least I get it. Probably a few more improvements to be made, but I'm kind of over this build at the minute. Got there, 8. 3, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Does it really even need that one? What's a better example? Probably this one. Probably get away with only 3. Yeah. Probably I need 2. Did I? I'm sure I read. I worked out to 3. I think I read it wrong. It's very likely I read it wrong. 2.9, 2.3. 1. Yeah, so 2.9. 1, 2, 3, and then ah, yeah, I getcha. So 3 is actually correct, yeah. Which means I don't need that one. Actually put that one, or reinstate that one. There. That's 1, 2, 3. You go away. 1, 2, 3, and then you go away. And the pipe window graphic looks, it's, yeah. It's always been a problem. Apparently, that's what they want. That's what Kvarex wants. Hang on. So I've got 2.9, 2.3. Oh, it did spread across 4, come to think of it. So this the 2.9 for those is spread across those. It's slightly different. 3 junction pipes with a clear section bolted on top. Haha. Yeah. Goes away. Goes away, that goes away, that goes away. So you can see straight in the top of what's going on. Yeah. Then spin round, do that. So there instead. And that. 1, 2. Goes away, goes away, goes away, goes away. Oh, so many solid fuel blocks. Portable... portal, sorry. Use existing sign connection. Would certainly help with seeing what the hell's going on. I mean, it does give you the icon, the lack of icon on the pipe to grounds I find annoying. And sometimes it just doesn't show it, just shows the window. And the window does help see what's going on, but sometimes it's got, like, if it's got the wrong fluid in it, sometimes it's difficult to tell. Still functioning. Down to 6. I gotta compact this thing further now. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Oh, right, I haven't moved these over. It's funny, it's still actually running, despite that. I might have... I was wondering if I would have issues with the power connection. And that turned out to be very much the case. So, don't look too closely. These definitely aren't shifted a tile. I decided we'd never implement it. It's like maximum square as well. Just all of the stress rises. So, arguably could pull it down to 5 as well. Conceivably could happen. Right, that's this pipe there. I don't know why I'm going round now that I see it. And I could go that way. Like that. Stick that like there. Might need a pump just to help it along. I say might, I mean I'm pretty confident of that fact. Which side was it there? Alrighty. I think I've got everything. And there. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still seems to be running as it should. Yep, 2,700-ish. 35,000 lubricant a minute. Tons of lubricant. Lots of pipe, just to really slow things down. I just need to push these in further now. That's it. We need to do that too. Just do that. Getting the vertical distortion from the view of the rectangular square. Oh yeah, sure, along this axis. Try how it would be to construct something like that. Hey. Hi. Alright. Cut that. Down to size. Down to a respectable size. Like there. Try again. It's night for you? Still day for me. It's actually, it's gonna hazard a guess that it's future day for me as well. Relative to where you are. May actually be upside down, relative to you as well. I never can be too sure though. Alright. You done? I think we're done. I'm sure as hell done. I'm sure as hell done with that. Oh, you're from Brazil as well. So you're the rare exception where you're upside down, but because you're still on the other side of the world, you actually see from behind. Because you're on the other side of the world. Don't worry, it gets more confusing if you VPN into Europe and then watch in Europe. Because then you see from back and upside down. Trying to think about too much. It does hurt the brain. Yeah, we're mirrored. Right, I think it's time to implement this in the map. In the actual save. Seeing as though it seems to be working. See, oh, that's a good point. Is it mirrored or is it truly upside down? Like, or is it like look backward? Yeah, it would be mirrored, wouldn't it? You're right. Same down the portal there, just cut a circle in the pipe. So it's like a cap. It's like an end cap for these, but it's a porthole. Save. My left is your right. So my right here would be, you would see that as left, yeah. It'd be, I don't have a button for that. I have to make a button for that. Alright, so this is the destination for this crap. Fortunately, there's a big ass lake here. So that problem is solved. And this thing needs to sit somewhere here. In line with this thing. And then I just need to landfill it. There. Wrong button. Like, yeah, like an end cap, just feels stupid solution. It's I'm could pretty confidently say that that is a solution that probably has been implemented in real life, at least on a smaller scale. I don't know about a larger scale. Yeah, something like that. Just need to make sure we don't paste over the fishies. Very important, that is. Now, the bot's what's gonna do it? No. I need to summon the train. It's a train. Over here, isn't it? There it is. Come to me, von Trainenstein. Entire crew got wiped out. Well, that's no good. Alright, who tipped them off? Who tipped off the kookaburras? Ah. Grid? No. Manufacturing tooling. Yeah, it's like literally just I suppose that it is a cut sheet of polycarbonate, but it's essentially all it is. Who's just trying? Ah. You must have a tell or something that's telling them that you're coming. Actually, I need to move that output track too. No good where it is. Right, one wagon empty. Yep. Yep. HDP pipes carry. That's that's a good point. Polycarbonate wouldn't survive that. Alright, let's grab the fishies. Gotta get the little fishies. Very important, that is. Right. Yeah. Ooh, I might need to move it. Where am I going to move it to? I can push it just the other side of the track anyway. I can bunch it closer though. That's for sure. I can get that super close. That's what I need. I need 4 of them. What technical term is a lot of them. Rubber, survive acid. No ring to keep it waterproof. Probably not. Rubber doesn't like a lot of things. Alright, bots. Send out the landfills. And rubber doesn't even survive alcohol. try one more stamp. Don't want to throw away that. Some more roboports. And let the bots do their thing, I think. Go home. Well, I'll have to move this, but that's future meat problems. That is. And that's half of it, so I need 2 more builds to fill one 416 train, which is a standard length for this base. And then that's it for rocket fuel and lubricant covered. Getting them covered. Starting to get built. That's way too many substations. That's definitely an offline me problem. It's time. Beyond that, I need to find something else to do while I wait for this thing to get built. Some formulations can handle sulfuric. Okay. I'm surprised. Such a thing, I mean, I suppose at the same time, it's also not surprising that there's probably some industrial rubber out there that can handle everything. I wonder how much it can withstand though, and what kind of concentration. I suppose there are materials that, there are pipelines that can handle chlorine, liquid chlorine, so it's probably... And chlorine's also incredibly reactive. That's some landfill to that. They grab a safety gloves? Yeah. That's true. It's like heavy, it's like the vulcanized sort of rubber that just doesn't flex or anything. What are we moving today? Processing units. That mean we're going to see the whole thing switched on? Does it now? Right. So like, we're only doing 30,000 blue circuits a minute too. Only. Oh dear. Colors and Vitron rubber is best for extremely concentrated sulfuric acid. So what kind of formulation is that? I don't think I can get this second row going right away. Concerning that this might be okay. Concerning that it's sort of half. That one especially. Like that one's half drained and this one isn't. Why is that the case? Seems a bit off to me. I suppose if the other ones were picking up the... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, I suppose if the other one was doing what this one wasn't doing, then you would see a train split in half. Like that. That's something that this build shouldn't, in theory, do, but apparently it's done. Not entirely sure how. But apparently that's the thing. Apparently I'm yawning. Alright, I need to find the next lot of jobs to do. That's not going to get it done anytime soon. How about over here? What do you look... Oh, yeah. Dumont brand. Apparently 60% fluorine compounds. Kinda liking the game? Okay. Is it an actual base builder, or is it more adventuring? The impression I got was it's more of an adventure... More of a, isometric squad-based, adventure game. That was the impression I got from what little I saw of it. I did see building as well. I think... Is that the game where I also saw... it was like event-based, like Frostpunk? Very much like Dawn of Man. Okay. Didn't that have its own problems as well? Frostpunk elements. I don't know if I like the whole Frostpunk elements, because Frostpunk was like, yeah, it's a city builder. Yeah, it's not a city builder. Like the water mechanic? Yeah, Frostpunk was not a city builder. It tried to pretend to be one. It did a pretty good effort in pretending, but it wasn't a city builder. Sort of point and click to expand, and then it was really a decision simulator. Brutality simulator, maybe as well. Did I mention I'm really tired? Alright, so... What's happening? I need to find something to move on to. I think the answer is we need balls and grenades. Grenades done at military. Ammo is. Okay, so we need to find a site. I won't take that one, I'll take this one. I need to find a site, probably here somewhere, to work on grenades and things. Land dries, rain comes and goes. It's like really freaking humid at the minute. And you haven't got to combat. Spoonballs, hi! Others rubber is made of another Newport brand that is used in high vacuum environments. Hi Spoonballs, how you doing? Hey Ben, what were you up to? You were doing Stardew. How's that working out? Is that the... Is that doing the tropical island thing? I remember seeing there was the update for that a little while ago. I need to play that again. It's good fun. So I need to find a hole to do some stuff and things. That didn't sound weird at all. That definitely didn't sound weird. Yeah, how did this Stardew go? Oh yes, Stardew is multiplayer as well. Pretty great, just end co with Rachel. Aye, nice. Solid farm, we're in year 2, it's super fun, super cheap. It's good. I finished it, one playthrough of it, last year was it, or was it the year before? I think it was like a year ago we last played it. It's a long time ago. I actually wanted to play multiplayer, but I couldn't find anyone to actually play multiplayer with. Like, Ica wasn't keen. At the time. Darthy. Settle down. Oh yeah, you can get things done a lot faster early on. What was it go? Animal and fishing outs. So that's interesting because I did pure farming, and that's all I know. In Stardew was full farming. I don't know much about the animal farming. So, where I save? I need something. Do that. And that. Somehow. Most of your time doing fishing, even on standard farm. A lot of good money, just getting started, good farm. Fishing! I found fishing was it's very slow to get started. But then, it's good money once... relatively good money once it starts getting going. Admittedly, fishing couldn't compete with the blueberry concern that I had going on. That was in something else. What was it? It was blueberries, cranberries, something else that was crazy. Hops was pretty good too. Fishing 1 to 5, damn. Also the minigame, fishing minigame's a bit of a weird one. Does take a bit to get used to. A blueberry, melons, that's the one. Yeah, there was another one which I had going, which was crazy as well. It's great to have the training rods. I've been a fan of fishing mini games. It's hit and miss. You know what's an interesting fishing games thinking of randomly is Cat Goes Fishing. It's just an oddly satisfying little fishing game. So about this stuff and junk. What is it? It's like iron. Lurking it up. Very good. Blueberries bugged and produced twice as many. What else was there? There was something else I had, and it was just crazy. I mean, there was star fruits. Oh, wine. That's it. Once I got the wine barrels going, that was it. It's just making like 40k every time the barrels matured. It's like GG. Oh. Oh, not powered. I mean... bot coverage. Oh yeah, and ancient fruits. You can make... Couldn't you make ancient wine with it as well? I don't remember now. I'm pretty sure you could make ancient wine, and that was also stupid over the top. Yeah, I ended up with the greenhouse full of ancient fruits. What about the seed maker when designing them? Could they go in this? Yeah, they could go in the seed maker, couldn't they? Yeah, that was a bit of an oversight. Bit of an oopsie. Hong Kong, the great goose of chaos is here. Oh, look out. Hide your fingers before they get snapped off. Snapped as in goose snapping at them. And trying to bite them. Now, I was staring at this, pretending that I understand what the hell I'm doing. Somehow. And turning it into something sensible. Your island is basically one giant greenhouse, any crop, any seeds. Ooh! You like nukes? I mean, being a goose, that would make perfect sense. You would like something of such utter chaos. It's like the most goose weapon ever. Slide down here. About here. About here. What I'm trying to do is, I wasn't directly planning it, but I'm sort of planning different drops for the different builds. With any luck, I can actually have the circuits do that. Minecarts and bees. Not the bees. I mean, you can like bees, but you can't say, do not say you like Minecraft forestry. That's a terrible thing. You can't like that. Just trying to think. A minute. Great weaponry. Can you actually do damage with those in Minecraft now? You never could traditionally. I'm assuming Minecraft. They don't do anything in Stardew, unfortunately. What the hell am I after this thing? You said it was Minecraft? I kind of assumed, really. Depends on... It was the only one that came to my mind when the topic of minecarts came up. I'm just thinking DF... Oh, I see. I haven't really seen DF's Stardew stuff. I know that's what he started out on. I haven't really seen it. Assemble 2 bread kits for your sister's tea test out. I was about to say tea out. Oh, you're thinking of Dwarf Fortress. I was where was my mind was somewhere totally different. Ignore me. I'm just gonna blame that I'm being tired. Ignore me. I'll just continue getting things... You know, tell you what, I'll just continue getting things wrong. I mean, if you're gonna get things wrong, you might as well just go all out. So is there actually, like, minecarts and things in Dwarf Fortress? I never would have guessed. For a game which doesn't even really have, like, a graphical representation of what you're doing or anything. I'm sure I thought I saw a thingy to do the thingy. Thingy to do the thingy. Indeed. Alright. It's them. Cool. High-speed lava traps with minecarts. Spinning. See, my understanding of Dwarf Fortress is it's a text-based game. So, like, is this all things you set up just in the text? In the text plays? I know you can get graphical displays for it, but apparently that's like sacrilege to the Puritans of Dwarf Fortress. Oh, there's no room. It's not text-based? I was always told it was. And that's how it's meant to be played. And console graphics. Yeah, I suppose that's still technically text-based. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games that gets filed under the potentially an interesting game, but community as such. Padaski, yeah, it's a game with a community that's so rabidly fanatic about it that it's probably worth staying away from. This is my fully truthful observation. That's why I never played it. I remember someone saying that RimWorld is what Dwarf Fortress wishes it was. Socially acceptable. Alright. Need ye old red circuits. Brick. Official GUI? Yeah, you know what's going to happen is that then the Puritans are going to come around and hate everyone who plays it with an actual GUI. Oh, no, you have to play it with the text graphics, the way it's meant to be played. What about your road text adventure engine? Made an NASCAR game in it. Code left 500 times. Dear. So coal, iron... Coal, iron. I don't think I can combine these. Hard fork, steam, yeah. I could see that happening. I could see it being a thing. I think that's 9. 9. I got 650 hours in RimWorld so far. RimWorld's a good game. I wasn't even paying attention then. My trouble with RimWorld is I've played it a lot already, and it's changed so many times. It's hard to. It becomes a pain having to relearn the game every time major mechanics change. Yeah, it is. Blueprint's apparently missing a beacon. That's Le Grenadus. Spaced Out DLC. Yeah, when it was in pre-release, I tried it. I haven't tried it yet since the new editions, though. I need to go back to it at some point. Because I know quite a bit has changed. I haven't even really been into space in that. It was kinda glitchy when I played it, so it was very difficult to actually go to space. Even though they simplified it, it's still glitchy to the point where it was still problematic. Right. I need a thingy. This thingy to be specific. Means I need yet another thingy. When did I show this? It's before the germs update. Damn. Your supply. This will be. Can't see them. Grenades. And. Copernicus. Wherever they are. There they are. That's an E. Hi, train. Apparently those are good. Well, the new only DLC is still a bit new and they don't have all the mechanics yet. Yeah, when I played it, it was still... It just felt like old early access only all over again. There's some good ideas. It's interesting to dive into something new and it had all kinds of new mechanics. Hey, Passimo. So many things that connect to the Duval. What's it? It certainly does. Whether or not you should connect it to the Duval Wandsets remains to be seen. Time passed. Activity. At a tenner. And that can stay 30 seconds. Not to be confused with the Hooper Dupes. You... Medicans... And Copernicus. Satisfactory update 4 was super short because you had update 3, material store, test 2 days, waiting for update 5. It's already organized and ready to go for that. That's where the fun begins. Alright. Add station. I don't need to search, it's right there. It's not red, that's red. Greater than 1. Okay, all to base. All to base, please. Yeah, that's their primary purpose in life. Like that's the main thing that they do is just laugh. It's a gang that runs around laughing all the time. Very offensive. Yeah, I think that's everyone. 8. We're missing someone. Who are we missing? Get another one on the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is. There's your honk. There we go. Now we got 9. Away with ye. That thing's never going to get built, is it? One day there'll be a honk for. Maybe one day. Darthy stealing the lot. You got a chest? You are. What I need? That train. Yes, you are a winner. LGI actually bought the WinRAR physical copy of it. Hilarious. Yeah, actually legitimately bought the retail. Whee! At least said hi to Shred Guy. You have a WinRAR license from ages ago. WinRAR was the shiz for a while. For a brief short while. Just the downloaded one though. You don't have the full experience. Sure. Apparently you're full of wood now. You can be full of wood too. You can have some of them. And you can have some of them. I mean, this thing is intended for filling it up with bots. Such. WinZip license. Now there's something you wouldn't want to buy, normally. You go 3-tile distance between train tracks or 4-tile? Hey, hello train. Whatever this is, it's 2 track tiles. I suppose that's 4. It's 1 roboport distance. Yeah, I suppose that's 4 tiles. Or do you mean train track actual spacing? I suppose in that case it would be 3 would be out there. Super wide. Yeah, should be off. Yes, it is. Yeah, I just do this spacing because that's enough for an S-bend. Generally, you can do it from. You can build for most situations with it as well. Train track. Yeah, so mine's a 2-track spacing then, or gap of 2. I don't do the 3-tile gap. Well, I do in some very rare exceptions, but yeah. You get the idea. Bye, train. Thinking times again. Yeah, the stuff at license. That name sounds familiar. Am I trying to get hits? Not intentionally. Not intentionally as such. I mean, accidents happen occasionally. An occupational hazard. Oh, there we go. Funny because it only just got fueled. Starfighters Apple Mac. Ah, that's where I've heard it before. Because the name is sort of vaguely familiar. I just couldn't picture any Windows install of it. I reckon I would have seen it stuff it on Macs at one point. Nuke powered? Yes, yes they are. Because why wouldn't you run your trains on nuclear power? Would be irresponsible not to. Uh-oh, that's bad. Oh. Let's eat all that. Did the fuel... No? Interesting. That means... I need to copy that very quickly. Over here. Paste it here. And there. And there. Oh, wouldn't you know it, I need it there too. And there. Also there. Followed quickly up by there. And there. And here, there, and there as well. Hi, goof. Somewhat. Teeny bit. Lots of copy pasta. I mean, this game is the best for copy pasta. It's the one thing that does this game. It's just so much about copy pasting. I'll have to rescue that train. Creepy. Copy paste. Copy pasta. Copy pasta's not that creepy. Added bots. Still no blueprint. I don't know how they would even implement blueprints. Oop, bye train. And back we go. Still can't stand. It's... yeah. Satisfactory's tedious at times. Was I Fortnite? Not about Fortnite, but it's certainly a lot of packs. Are they still sorting themselves out? I hope so. I mean, Fortnite isn't a terrible thing. It was actually a co-op game at one point. And it even still exists, Fortnite Save the World. You still have to buy it. Oh, still have coffee. I like this. I like this situation in turn of events. So... yeah, we'll have our furnaces and grenades done here. I'm thinking I'll put modules down here maybe. Nice and out of the way. The batteries need to go over there. Or over here. It's a bit close. Maybe over here. Then I need to work out how to get the output out here. Somehow come down. Same with those. I'll probably reverse the direction of this eventually too, so that the circuit trains, they come down here and then back up. Did I ever mention about it, Wilhelm? There's Discord reminders again. I saw you changed a bunch of channels to that. Admittedly, I haven't talked to him about it. I don't know what he's up to. One thing that I never quite understand is how he comes up with the games that he chooses. I think he's waiting for the next Valheim update before doing it again. admittedly. I mean, I am not even really free until... I wasn't free until this weekend to do it anyway. Timing's a pain. I can't align a day, a morning time for me, or a few, like 3... I can't easily make, like, a weekend, like 3 days to get there. Get her done. Just because of the time zone difference. Yeah. Yeah, Pixie... Yeah, Pixie... Pixie comes in 5 minutes before stream and he decides when he wants to play. Sometimes he's doing a previous game. So it's no different to me, really. Just picks randomly. How's it? It's actually getting done. Done. Something I need to visit is down here, now that it's actually built. Nominally. Nominally built. That. Yeah, what? I'm gonna go summon Glorious Undergrounds to here while we're at it. Assuming there is actually a supply. Oh, it's a lubricant issue. We'll sort on the schedule one day. I tried that once. It worked for a while. Doesn't seem to really help. I know everyone says like you need to get organized with a schedule and all that, and then you know it's better for stream and all that. But I've seen no difference. I've seen no difference. I mean, I can have this thing all organized and everything, and people still ask when I'm on. You can have admittedly, the Twitch integrated thing is impossible to get to, and there's also go live announcements and all that business. What am I looking for? Up here. Like 50. Oh my god, it's so many clicks. So many clicks. I don't know how... Do you know Neilhouse? So, for those who don't know Neilhouse, he's a streamer from Denmark who also does a lot of Factorio and other games like this. He used to use the events scheduler for his stream schedule. So he manually entered an event for every single stream, which is a phenomenal number of clicks. Not only that, but he also got custom. You could put custom. You could put a thumbnail in there as well. He did custom thumbnails for those as well. That is going above and beyond. You not even found the schedule thing yet? It's so deeply buried that no one can find it. It's so terrible. It's actually continuing to reinforce that YouTube is probably the better place to be. Realistically. And I suspect you grow faster too. You could even qualify that as saying you would actually grow on Twitch, basically, unless you can't grow unless you have like 200 concurrent now. Arrange it when you're not looking for it. But yeah, Neilhouse entered every single stream as an event, which is like ridiculous. So, and the thing deletes itself when the event kicks off. So it was a good idea though. Might finally not be able to get back. Oh, look who else is here. That's just too much work. It is a lot of work. We were talking about you earlier, Anka. Hope you don't mind, 'cause I sure don't. We're talking Valheim stuff. You are aware? Oh, you were tagged, weren't you? And were summoned. Or were you already listening? Yeah. As far as the Valheim goes, I've been too busy lately, and I assumed that you were sort of holding off until the update comes. Do it feel that does make me feel special. I was going to do a thing, and I've forgotten what it is. Tag like 10 channels you watched tonight, and this is the only one I actually responded to. That does make me feel even more special. I mean, the other one isn't just Zine being Zine again, is it? That's right, I was trying to sort out lubricant so I could collect these things. I mean, it's still pretty funny. Guess what? Yeah, learned something with Factorio. And the Hiker with a 13 month. Thank you very much for that. What did you learn about Factorio? That was intentional trolling. That was aggressive trolling. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Show some love and hype. Chat there. Some maximum yeets as well. Because it's so dumb and hilarious. Hiker. You have no hope then? Oh dear. I've forgotten what I wanted. Again. The problem with being tired is it's hard to concentrate. Tell you what, I'll just order the damn thing. Yeah, tanks. Lots and lots of tanks. Change the combat bot to follow numbers per... Oh! So they made it something sensible instead of just an arbitrary disconnected number. That seems like a good idea. Seems like one of those good ideas. Don't worry, I'm not actually tanking in the normal sense of the term, of the concept of tanking. Other kind of tanking I'm doing right now. The rich, don't use combat bots since 12. Yeah, pretty much. They kinda got. I mean, they are actually still, as of right now, they are actually pretty good again. It's just there's so many other tools to use that they're kinda lost in the noise. Right, pump that in there, please. Funnily enough, it's circulating round, it's pumping in and vacuuming it back out. Oops. There you go. They do extra laser damage. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yes, they actually do extra laser damage now. Stonked on. What am I even pumping from? Oh. Not where I should be pumping from, basically. Answer to that question. Doing that. That. Go there. There we go. Now we're pumping. And it should be really making lubricant now. I suppose. More or less. The thing is, you can deploy like they're a massive pain in the ass to craft. When it comes down to it, and they even did cheapen the recipe as well. For something that's disposable. In fact, let's go to the recipe. Have I even researched them? Come to think of it, I haven't. Right, let's go to the tech tree to have a look at them. So your defender capsules, admittedly they did, I mean, piercing rounds, I mean, it's just iron and steel at this point. Destroyers, they're red circuits. Yeah, I think they did actually cheapen it. Oh no. Yeah, so each destroyer capsule is a speed module and 4. You look at the one before it as well. It's, again, 4 defenders. And then defenders. So the thing you get there is you need, for each destroyer capsule, you need 1 speed module, in itself is, it's not, it's expensive in terms of time. It's kind of cheap. It's just 5 and 5. It's just time expensive. But then you need 16 of these damn things to make 1. Because each one takes 4, and the next one takes 4. And that's where it really adds up. And each one of these, on top of that, is... Oh, you're 8 seconds. I think they've sped them up. 15, and then 15. It was a robo frame. Oh, that's what I thought too. Yeah. What was it? I think this one had the robo frame in it instead of the advanced circuits. That's why. I think these had a robo frame. But yeah. So it's 16 defender capsules, and that's where the ammo starts to really add up. You actually need a lot of ammo. So you need 16 times 3 piercing rounds to make 1 of these every 15 seconds. So if you want them in a reasonable amount of time, like once, so you want like 15 times as much production, 15 of these, you now basically need a Megabase to make bloody capsules. I remember my earliest Megabase, I had a destroyer capsule production, and it would kill the base to craft it all. Yeah, the copper, it just annihilates it. What does the lab say, even? Curious. Destroyer. Yeah. Oh, we don't want 40,000. We'll say 15 items a minute. The J hook. Good old J hook. Settings. 125. Oh, you jerk of a thing. Also, this is where you go if you want. To calculate things now. Factorio Lab. It's way better than any of the other options. Pump these up. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Two. Beacons. So yeah, what did I say? Let's do 30 a minute, so not particularly fast. You roar in 9,010 yellow belts. I mean, I could change it to... Change it to the other belt. Blue one. It's four. It's only four blue belts of copper, 6 blue belts of iron. You want four factories, 4 of these running continuously. Oh yeah, it's just an 8 lane, just 7. Well, it rounds up to 8. Just 8 lanes of copper, 12, 13 lanes of iron. That's fine. Oh dear. Yeah, it's only four of those with speed boosts. 38 ammo factories. These aren't beacon, mind you, but still 38. Can you use them that fast? I mean, when I want to go use them, I want them made this fast. And this is only 4 assembly machines making them as well. So it's and remember, these crafts once every 15 seconds, so it's really not that many. Not that many. I think I had 2 of them in my old. When the last time I had them, I had 30 a minute, 2 factories running. It was actually, admittedly, 90% of the time it was enough, but I did have to wait for it on it quite often. But yeah, that's what you're looking at. It's basically an end. So 2 of them needs a final stage starter base. 20 items a minute per... Yeah, I forgot what it was. I thought it was a bit more than that. Wait, you're done. There we go, perfect. Now we can rinse and repeat. This is what you do with these things. So you delete petroleum gas with them. It's 5 bots. Oh, it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. For some reason I thought it was 3. And we be merry. Away we go. Because I remember taking like 2 stacks and using 2 stacks of them on adventures out in the wilderness. And then you come back and you want to resupply and it's only made like 70. Defender is there. Ah, that'd be why. Yep. That'd be why I was thinking it. Yeah, quite often you go out with like 200 and only have like 50 or 70 ready to go by the time you get back. Okay. Yeah, I definitely haven't been belt weaving here. Fine. Everything's fine. I don't even know where those go. I don't even remember. They don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. Destroy a bot per minute. Screw Spidertrons per minute, it's destroy a bot per minute. Is it a new or is it a new old one, admittedly? Just a 2 on the end, wasn't it? Yeah. Those 2. That's it. Oh. I mean, Spidertrons per minute are still pretty involved. Should do Spidertron a minute one day. I haven't done it yet. Let's put these in the middle. This is a bit sensible. Never mind the fact that they can span some... What is it? 22? 22? Just ignore that fact. Let's not go up there, actually. I think that's okay. Spare 2. That's it. I mean, it could be a bit tidier. Down a tile, that would be nice if it did. Yeah. If I could get this out of here, that would be nice too. You can reach that entire distance. I could probably cram that in there. Or even there. It's a bit better. How's the junction? I mean, there could be signals there, but you don't want to overload with signals. That does cause problems. I think that'll do it. That means copy this. Stands them. It's kind of a bit of a duplication of substations going on. Then we're going to delete this because it's got too many thingies. You don't want to be in a situation with too many thingies, don't you now? Oh. You put left track in the way. That's unfortunate. Time. You want too many thingies? It's like when all your bills arrive at once. When you put it that way. You put it that way. Alright, that'll get me some more red sockets. I think I'm completely out, so I can't build any more stuff here. I can't start up this section yet, actually. So this is this the right way round? Yes, it needs to go this way. He's going the right way at the minute now. It's been wonderful. I had years ago. We tried to find the other day. Nobody likes it when their bills all the right ones and a bunch of blokes showing up for a date. Was that an Australian one? Because that does sound familiar. Admittedly, we did have some crazy ads around here at one point. We had some crazy ads. Admittedly, the stuff that was passable in the 90s and early 2000s just would not fly today. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. It's that would have been one of those an early 2000s one. Yeah, some of them were just... There was a, remember the seal, remember the fridge, seal the fridge. Like, what I was thinking of was the old Kylie Minogue Pepsi ads. Those were... you wouldn't see those these days. Or, This is a big ad for the Carlton Draft one. I actually saw that recently for the first time in a long time. I think it popped up on Imagar once recently. Like, that was a big deal back in the day. Then the Hilux one, which was technically from New Zealand. It was a wonderful ad. It really was. I saw someone talking about how the 80s, 90s was golden age of TV, and in many ways they're not wrong. Like, late 90s advertising was crazy. Like what they did with it. And it worked. Nowadays it's all super bland stuff because they're not allowed to do anything. Like the bank. Bank world. No. Bank world. Ain't there? Oh, I don't remember. Or at least not yet. I mean, going back a bit, there's also the sorbent toilet paper ad. That one's kind of legendary now. Uncooperative bank manager named Barbara. Oh no, just not remembering that one. Oh, it did remind me of another one. Hey, look who's back. The Yellow Pages ad. The Not Happy Jan. That was another beat. that was a meme before memes was even a meme. Not Happy Karen. Just wake back up. Knocked out. I put everyone to sleep. Excellent. Good to know. Not Happy Jan. Jan is malicious. Was the other one? I'm pretty sure they did a follow. They did do a follow-up to that, didn't they? There was also some. There was some car ads with Chevy Chase at one point. My favourite stray man. Really cute laugh and smile. Just putting you to sleep. Gogomobile. G-O-G-G-O. One off. Uh-oh. What's one off? It's probably fine. The funny thing is that they don't directly play on it, but they still sort of pay homage to that. Is that what that means? Yeah, that means something is one off, because something is always one off. The fingers do the walking. Oh, that goes back. Back in the days of when when you'd search for something, you'd have to actually search a book. Novel ID. And now's growing built a great wall trying to keep the rabbits. There's too many rabbits. That is actually a big pond ad. Days with curved track. That was a early 2000s, I want to say, possibly late 90s. Big pond ad for son doing research for his project on China. So he asks his dad, and he says that they built the Great Wall of China to keep rabbits out. Too many rabbits in China. And the premise is that you could ask dad and get it completely wrong, or get an internet and get the right answer. They've been in a big withdrawal. Buddy has been blessed. Time to battle. Vaccine, even though his VODs were not the same as live. Oh. Well, there's more VODs coming, so that so there's more announcement there. Hang on. There, it's more to come. Also, hopefully that'll brain stopped working. Brain start working again. Getting the right answer off the net. Hey, it's a Veldeck. Yeah. I'm glad they've been enjoying the VODs. As I say, more coming. There's one. Brain had one job. One job. You know what, Veldeck? Veldeck Brain has to answer the spleens. There. You gotta answer the spleens now. You gotta tell spleens what's going on. Those wondering, there's a camera just there now. There. See it with the zoom one? There. There. You can see the top of it. There. Right there. So yes. Answering to spleens. You've been watching the 3D printer live. You're actually not allowed to do that. Oh, you can, but there's actually a thing that says you're not allowed to stream just a 3D printer. Because it's technically idling. I forget the specific verbiage. It's admittedly there's intent behind it, but generally that broadly means you can't film a 3D printer effectively. Because who's gonna take the time to review that? Someone, if the complaint goes through, who's gonna actually review it and check it properly? Actually, come to think of it, I think I know someone who would. I hope they're not watching now. I do actually have to be careful because I do get checked up on occasionally. Yeah, there is someone at Twitch who apparently does check up on me. They're like, oh, you were streaming this recently. It's like, yeah, yes I was. I want to do some soldering stuff. That's the idea. Always watching? Yeah, someone's always watching. Yeah, so I want to do workbench videos. Workbench streams, even. So that's the plan. That's the thing that I want to do. The only problem is I only got one project lined up at the minute. I got exactly one thing to do, and then that's it. I gotta work out what to do after I do the one thing. So potentially ideas welcome. What we can make. I suppose I could do Lego as well. Actually, hang on. Where'd it go? There it is. It's fallen behind. There it is. There. And then there. There we go. Spleens is holding a unit of Lego now. A very dusty little train. Oh dear. We could go one step further and get him measuring things. I think I said he. Spleens is actually a she. Pins and bins. Maybe you could do a Lego thing, at least initially. I actually have a ring light as well for it too. So I can do that, and then actually turn it on, and that, and it turns on, and then I can go dink, and it's super bright, and then it auto thingies, and then you got different color temperatures too. It's amazing. And now you can just see this huge glow behind me. There you go. Experiment, which brick hurts most when you step on it? That is true. Eh, turn that off. Surprisingly inexpensive. I mean, I did go all out with a webcam. I got a 4K Logitech webcam for that. I decided, like, I was weighing up the different webcams, you know, and I was also looking at HDMI, like industrial cameras as well, and then I was like, you know what, I'll just get a webcam. I kind of don't want webcams because they're kind of a pain in the ass to work with. HDMI and capture cards are a lot easier to work with. And because this thing, like, it already did it. As soon as I plugged it in, it already just hijacked all the audio settings, because that's what they do. It made itself the default audio device, and that's why I don't like webcams. Also, the auto exposure keeps turning back on, and I don't want auto exposure. The problem is, like, I understand why they're doing it, because the average office user, you know, business user, wants it that way. Is Windows sucking? I'm trying to be helpful. Don't know. I mean, in the config, in the Windows config for it, you can turn the exposure off, but it isn't persistent. It doesn't store it. I think the Logitech software, if I could be bothered installing it, might fix that. Yeah, it's like how everything's done via... Wow, that seems really choppy. OBS. I don't know why. It's fine now. Zoom is actually really bad at that too. Zoom, because it's trying to be as idiot-proof as possible, just obliterates everything. What is it? Teams or Skype? It's actually both of them. Both of them hijack the audio levels. And, like, I need those at specific settings, and it just does whatever the hell it feels like with it. HDMI device into Windows that supports audio. Windows falls over itself to use it. Yeah. I mean, funny enough, I have a feeling that comes from the old days where it was nearly impossible to route audio through HDMI. It's funny enough, I didn't have that problem on the i3 because it's still running Windows 7, which it really shouldn't be, admittedly. So, like, it's got a HDMI TV plugged into it. It's video's going onto a TV, but it doesn't want to send the audio over it unless I specifically tell it to. Which is kind of fortunate because it's sending 2 audio paths to my other piece, to my main desktop. What am I doing? I've forgotten. I need to have a look at what's going on up there too at some point. Have a delivery apparently? Yep, we have a delivery. 1 unit of landfill. Shuffle that over. And it's actually going to eat way further into that than I originally planned. Oh well. Like how macOS works, will only change the default device if the device plugged in was the default previously. It's more or less how Windows works for the most part. And it's how it should work, really. I will admit though, that was... As far as audio settings go, that was something Apple got very right from the start. That was something that they got right. Windows, it does eventually. It's the sort of thing you're going to hit with a hammer. At least in Windows 7. Then Windows 10 comes along, and then an update's like, yeah, screw you and your settings. You don't need those. You don't need those things. You're going to do it how I say now. How the new update says. Ooh, fishies. And rocks apparently. Yeah, that is one of the things that OS X always, at least contemporary OS X. I don't know about I don't recall the earlier versions being particularly competent. Certainly pre 10.5 was problematic with some settings. I think I just murdered a fish too. Plug an Xbox controller into your Mac. Wait for the universe to explode. Or at the very least for the controller to explode. It's actually... It always used to come to a shock to people back in the day, but the Microsoft like keyboards and mice were actually amazing. Like really good. And it was always like, it's like, what's the best? What's a good keyboard and mouse? It's like, well, you should get the Microsoft one. It's like, it's a Microsoft one. It's like, no, they're actually really good. It did nothing, so you downloaded random third-party code from GitHub, which aimed at a same device driver for the Mac, and it worked. So you unplugged your Xbox controller from the USB, and then it crashed. Sidewinder, nice. Yeah, their peripherals, late 90s, 2000s was the best. I mean, like, as a testament, there it is. I pulled this out before. It's the IntelliMouse. These things are bricks. They just last forever. I think the only reason crashed the system every time you unplugged. Vague movement. I mean, compared to modern day ones, it's pretty terrible now. But they were good back in the day. At least compared to ball mice, which they were replacing. Like the equivalent was generally a ball mouse. And that was better than the Logitech first Logitech mouse that I had. Optical. The early Logitech opticals were terrible. It's bizarre, actually. I remember the first one. It would have stuttery movement. I legitimately don't understand what happened to it. It would have really stuttery, inconsistent movement, and it was like a year after it bought too. It was just outside of warranty though. Like it would start be really jittery, and then sometimes just move randomly across the screen. It's like, it's an optical mouse. What could possibly go wrong with it? Somehow Logitech managed to do it. Clean your balls. Well, I'd be worried if you had more than one ball in your mouse. I mean, what are you doing to that poor thing? How did you get more than one in there? Actually, no, I don't want to know. What you do with your mouse balls is you can worry entirely about that. I don't need to know what your mouse balls are up to. Still doing phrasing? Sure. Why not? I have no idea how far out I need to go. Just sort of went with it. About yes. What was phrasing? What was the whole phrasing even from? It's how old it is. Thing called yeah. I remember it, but I never watched it. Wasn't that interesting of a cartoon. Yeah, it was. I believe it came after Drawn Together. Arguably, Archer wasn't really there's geared for adults, like Archer, and there's geared for adults, like Drawn Together. Oh dear. I do miss that one, though. I do miss Drawn Together. That was great. Chased by angry bots? Yeah, very much angry bots. Make a game out of that. Angry bots. Sell it on the app on mobile app stores and everything. Maybe that's what the next game for Woob is angry bots. I mean, it worked for what was it called? Like Castle Catapult, I think. When some Dutch? It was a Dutch company stole it, changed the catapults into the slingshots, and the humans in the castle to pigs, to green pigs. And removed all the gore. It was child friendly, so of course it sold 11 billion copies. You market it for children, you're gonna sell a crap ton of them. Pretty sure it was Dutch that made that. I might stand corrected, but I imagine people are searching right now to prove me wrong. But I seem to remember it. It's probably Belgian. I mean, technically, having said that, technically Belgian is still Dutch. I may also be getting that wrong as well, but the way I recall is that, was it that Belgium was originally Dutch and declared independence from the Dutch at some point. Or French or German, depends on the situation, and depends who's telling the story too. I mean, depending on who you're talking to, Sweden belongs to the Finns, or Finland belongs to Swedes. All depends on who you're talking to. Oh, I actually need to slide these out as well, still. To round. Go gadget train. I gave this. No, I didn't. Apparently. Same old mods. Isn't there also like a random piece of German territory deep inside France? I don't know the deets of that one. Germany's weird though. Like a collection of territories and city-states. Czechs have a territory inside Germany. Where is it? What part of a ship port? Ah. It explains it. It's not. I was kind of worried it was going to be one of those technicality things like, oh, it's actually like an embassy or something. But it's like an actual thing. Down to. Still going. How are we powering? Mostly for solar. I imagine at some point the. Is there any way to charge? Oh, that was a tight one. Oh, that one barely made it in time. That one too. Yeah, that one barely managed to power it up for the next night. It is actually, I guess the base would have been running for that one. Or at least doing something. But yeah, that's, I think it's getting close to that time to expand solar, although I would like to flash some outposts on that. It's a time. I mean, technically I've blown over the second pause time by half an hour. It's actually it's more yeah, half an hour because it's 2 hours 10 right now, and I was meant to stop at an hour and a half. Actually, that's 40 minutes. Hey, Iron, how you doing? There's a lot in the port of Hamburg, Germany, that Czechoslovakia acquired on 99-year lease in 1929. Size. Czech Republic succeeded. The rights of Czechoslovakia lease will expire in 2028. So it's a legacy of the Versailles Treaty. Those dastardly French are at it again. More than 100 years on, and the French are still punishing Germany with the Versailles Treaty. Go figures. Oh yeah. So I was also working on improving this thing. So I actually added a bypass lane to the output. Yes, I expanded it, made it a little bit wider, and added a bypass lane. So we still got that, so train can slip through, and you got clear run through, which could be a problem. I don't know if having a clear run through was a good idea or not yet. I do need to modify this circuit. For whatever reason, the list of items to keep doesn't always work. I feel like that koala fact is somewhat self-evident, but eh. And then drops. Lives up to its name. That it's... If I turn off all that... Yeah, see, it's actually requesting these, and it shouldn't be. So I'm missing something to tell it not to. I need to change it. I -1. I mean, this is the last thing I need to look at. I might, and what'll probably happen is I'll fix this in between next time. Now and next time. Actually, it didn't... Did it take the pump? No. Supposed to want to bin the pump. Oh no, because it's not in the chest yet. The pump will be here. To request it into here, and then these. And then this then says that there's something wait. Oh, okay. Okay. Why am I telling it to do that? What am I trying to do? We're by -1. Each less than 0. Oh. So if there's not enough of them, then it sends it to here. Okay. And this is the feedback. These tell those what to insert. In that case, get rid of that. Yeah, then they go. Goes away. Needs to go somewhere that doesn't go out to here. I almost need like a separate... This is why I had them separate originally. I do that. Plate. Or reading the plate. Should find its way over here eventually. Yeah, there. Yeah, there it is. He's got an amazing idea. Uh-oh. Look out. I might need to draw a diagram of this, I suspect. Yeah, so this, we multiply it by -1, and then we bit shift it to get rid of everything but the sign. Then we subtract it. So I need... I can either have these all as -1, or I could... or I could... have another multiply... You know what? Do -1 on all these. Just do the simple answer. Not quite as idiot-proof, but... Oh. Add sounds, programmable speaker, record a few word phrase and make it use orchestra and sentence together. Oh! Dear. No, that's still requesting. Oh, it's probably wanting to take it there, that's why. Come into there. Want to output there. Ah, that's why. There we go. Now it's cancelling it out. Really wanted to get in bed very quickly. He felt like he was drowning deep. And it's pointers, logic gates, and bit shifting. Yep. Sounds like programming. A lot of programming tutorials are really terrible too. A lot of explanations. They sort of just say, oh, it's just like this. And you're just expected to magically understand everything. And I was watching, it actually reminds me, I was watching a video recently, I think it was like yesterday or the day before, and they were talking about the use of the else statement and how you can clean up code by exiting. And the ultimate result was that people, the idea is that instead of, and there was people agreeing that instead of doing your ifs and elses and all that, you do your if and then you exit the function early, which I don't know that I like the idea of, because the end result is they have this like if this then exit function, and then to come down if this exit, if this exit, if this exit. It's usually written by people who think they understand but don't really. It's usually Do you know what? Most of them feel like they're written by university students, first year or second year university students that like to think that aggressively think they know. Sounds like case with extra steps. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for something like, I think the example was Java that they were doing, but something like Python, which doesn't have case, that makes sense. Yeah, I've never been a fan of exit earlies because it's basically a go-to. And then on top of that, it was doing some other like function optimization to clean up the code, and all it was really doing was just creating just a crap ton of single-use functions that just do like one comparison. So instead of seeing what your code is doing in one place, is burying like a comparison, like A greater than B inside a function. It's like, why are you making all these single-purpose functions? Yeah, if A do one, else do two. It's like, why are you doing this? And then someone who actually had a brain in the comments, I noticed, said, else isn't the problem. The root problem that you're trying to address is actually nested if statements, and they're right. It's, you know, if this, do this, and then it's like if this, do that, and then you end up with this cascading if else sort of business, and that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, there was making like entire class function, single purpose class functions for like this. That's the thing I don't understand about when people do functions is why would you bury um, why would you bury each individual like block of piece of code effectively inside a function? It's made no sense to me. Like the bulk of what was there was fine. My understanding of functions is for you start using functions if you're going to use the same piece of code more than once, like in more than one call in a different application. If you're only going to use it for a single purpose, you're just wasting your time. Just the hassle. And actually, as I also understand it, it's actually less efficient. I suppose the compiler fixes that for you because it just inlines it. But anyway, that's my rambling about functions. And I think that fixes the problem for the most part that this has, because I think it's this one. It constantly calls for the supply train for some reason. Readability is great. See, I don't see that as good readability because then you got to fumble around finding the function. I mean, it depends on your IDE because something like Visual Studio and it's Code Blocks. I think it's Code Blocks. They're pretty good at highlighting what the function jumps to, but if you don't have that facility available, it just makes life more difficult. Work might be moving to MS Azure hosted server soon, so maybe we'll make a case for Power Apps. Dynamics. Should I even know what those mean? It's a good thing or a bad thing? Mission critical apps in the next few weeks. Ooh. Recreate them in a new yet another language. Oh, you don't have the West. Oh, it's so close to being done. Now, I think, because getting close to food time, and I don't want to start any more big projects. I mean, we did get some stuff done. Admittedly, we're sort of bottlenecked on built again. I might need to run the map to build built. Mission critical. Azure functionality is the same slide as mission critical. True. Tying is you're putting a ball in. Oh, those don't actually cover. Putting a ball and chain around your mission critical stuff. The last thing that I did want to do. somewhere. I need to get these in here. That. Obviously with more space, but yeah. And that does the furnaces and the wall. Oh, what I'll do is I'll feed through. Because then the grenade train can pick up the wall as well. That would make sense. Help automate ambitious things. Hmm. Yeah, so I think I might leave it there for today. See? So, thank you all for watching and hanging out and all that good stuff.